Speaker.
I call Jono Naylor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And it's always an interesting time of the day to have to rise and start to take a call, knowing that full well somewhere along the line in the speech the bell's going to go and you're going to get told to sit down. But I'll start anyway, because I'm sure I'll get to finish it at some later date. Mr. Speaker, it would be great to live in a society when we didn't need legislation like this. It would be great if people could behave appropriately, but actually while we've still got vindictive or stupid or even naive people out there who are behaving in a way that's harmful to others, we need to have legislation in place to protect people from that type of behaviour. And I just want to focus on that a little bit, because it's actually, we're talking a lot about young people, I know, with regard to this, and it's incredibly widespread. The studies have shown that perhaps up to 1 in 5 high school students have experienced cyberbullying at some point in their high school years. It's an incredibly high statistic, and some of that is vindictive. And some of that, as I said, is just stupid on behalf of the perpetrators, and sometimes it's just naive. That said, though, when you look at the... so some people argued that this is a very heavy-handed way to deal with some of that behaviour. However, when you look at the results of this kind of behaviour, when you look at the number of young people who it leads to truancy, perhaps because they don't want to go to school and face their peers because of something that's been posted on social media, or the level of anxiety that starts to lead to, or worse still, levels of depression, self-harm, and as we've already heard referred to a number of times in the House tonight, young people even getting to the point where they take their own lives. And actually, it's very easy for us to keep talking about young people, and I know, the high-profile case of Charlotte Dawson taking her own life. It's tragic. There's older people as well who are facing this, and I think while we're talking a lot about young people, we need to make sure that we don't forget older people as well. But as I said, because of the consequences of this kind of behaviour, it is critically important that we do take it seriously. It's critically important because the power of social media is incredibly powerful, and the number of people that it can reach so quickly. And while this is not to demonise social media. In fact, it can be a very positive thing. I know a Facebook page I set up this week is built to about 8,000 people liking it. One post reached 142,000 people. So it's an incredibly rapid way these things can work. And I know my colleague Chris Bishop took a photograph of a note that he wrote to the Honourable David Parker. Suddenly that ended up with 22,000 people seeing it as well. So this does spread. We need to make sure that while we don't demonise social media, we do need to ensure that we are taking appropriate steps to where it's negative, not having such a bad thing. In fact, you might say it's the vibe of the message is important. Quite often, not just the specific things that are being said, but it's the vibe. It's the kind of message that is being created for young people and the effects that it has on them. Mr. Speaker, it's often said that, or I've often heard from around this chamber as we've been debating this through the committee of the whole House.
Sorry to interrupt the honourable member. The time has come for me to leave the chair. Members, this debate is interrupted and set down for resumption next sitting day, and the House stands adjourned until 2 p.m. on Tuesday, the 30th of June 2015. Good evening.